Welcome back to Euro Transfer Talk, where we have a bumper show in store. Some of the Euro's biggest stars are on the move, and it might just be your club they're heading to. Let's have a look. We start with Hakan Çalhanoğlu, who looks on course to commit one of the biggest cardinal sins in European football, swapping AC for Inter Milan. Yes, in a dramatic twist of events, the Turkish playmaker has rejected a contract extension with the Rossoneri, his home since 2017, to sign with their closest rivals. According to Gianluigi Di Marzio, Çalhanoğlu will pocket a minimum of €4.5 million per season with the Nerazzurri. Their offer was a massive hike on what AC Milan were prepared to pay, pushing Çalhanoğlu towards the blue side of the San Siro. Di Marzio also claims Milan have stepped up their interest in Hellas Verona's Mattia Zaccagni as a replacement. But for the Rossoneri faithful, they will be alarmed to see another of the club's biggest assets walk away for free, with Gianluigi Donnarumma on the brink of a move to PSG. But they will be particularly enraged at this betrayal by Çalhanoğlu, a player they've never been too sure about over the past 4 years. Though for all his critics, last season was the 27-year-old's best at AC Milan, as he created more chances than any player in Europe's top 5 leagues. The Rossoneri even qualified for the Champions League for the first time since 2013. Çalhanoğlu will still be enjoying European nights at the San Siro, just for Inter instead. So while this is no doubt a great move for him, the tension in Lombardy could be high for quite some time. Inter and AC fans, we want to hear from you. What do you think of Çalhanoğlu swapping AC for Inter? Is it good riddance by AC, or is this a great move for Inter Milan? Let us know in the comments below. Arsenal will be particularly gutted at Çalhanoğlu's decision to join Inter Milan, having coveted the former Bayer Leverkusen star all summer. And they also look like missing out on Sassuolo's Manuel Locatelli, with the Italian on course to choose Juventus or AC. However, there could be some good news on the horizon after it was revealed that the club have opened talks with Eintracht Frankfurt over their forward Andre Silva. This story comes from Duncan Castles of the Transfer Window podcast, who claims Arsenal have been quoted £34 million for the Portuguese international. A hefty fee, but considering he scored a ridiculous 29 times last season, that could prove a bargain. Castles believes that the North Londoners have already put in a lot of groundwork into the deal, with other interested parties like RB Leipzig refusing to meet Eintracht's price tag. But Arsenal will need to sell before dropping such a big sum in the market, and Alexander Lacazette is the most likely to be sacrificed. Now 30, the Frenchman has scored a modest 65 times in 170 appearances at the Emirates. But his age plus his massive £200,000 per week wages are making suitors few and far between. For Silva though, Arsenal could be an interesting next step in a career that has already taken him from Benfica to AC Milan and now to Germany. And if Arsenal are serious about restoring their place in English football, the Frankfurt forward would be an excellent addition. So if they could just sell Lacazette, their summer activity could get off to a flyer. Just before we move on to our next big headline story, make sure you like and subscribe Euro Football Daily with the notification bell switched on. We put videos like this out every single day, so make sure you don't miss one of them. Our headline story this week is all about PSG, as it looks like they're set to dominate the market in order to wrestle back control of Ligue 1. It could be a colossal few days in the French capital, with a number of monster signings arriving into the city. As previously mentioned, Gianluigi Donnarumma has all but settled on PSG as his next destination. One of the biggest free agents in the game, Fabrizio Romano, revealed yesterday that the 22-year-old's medical was complete, and he'll be signing on the dotted line until 2026. And if the rumours are true, his wages will start at an eye-watering €12 million per year, with hefty bonuses plus a healthy agent's fee for the mastermind that is Mino Raiola. But the action is far from over, as next up is Achraf Hakimi, arguably football's most coveted fullback. The Moroccan looks to be the victim of Inter Milan's financial woes, with the 22-year-old being sold on after a stunning debut campaign in Italy. He registered 15 goal involvements as the Nerazzurri roared to the Serie A title, more than repaying the €45 million they gave to Real Madrid just 12 months ago. Now though, he could be on his way to Paris. RMC Sport believes a €70 million fee is close to being finalised for the former Borussia Dortmund star, after Le Parisien fought off interest from Chelsea for his signature. This move could be complete in the coming days. And he could be joined at the Parc de Princes by his former teammate Raphaël Varane. That's according to Marca in Spain, who claim PSG have approached Real Madrid after Varane rejected their final attempts to extend his contract. Los Blancos had tried to increase his wages from €5 million to €7 million per year, but it now appears the 28-year-old has had enough after almost a decade at the Bernabeu. Madrid are demanding up to €60 million to part ways with the French centre-half as a result. Manchester United are heavily linked to Varane, so PSG do have work to do. But having already shown they're not afraid to put their money where their mouth is, don't be surprised if Varane is back in his homeland before the summer is out. But what do you think of all of PSG's business? Who is the best signing of the three? Let us know in the comments below. Next to Barcelona, who are quietly putting together a very exciting transfer window, having captured Sergio Aguero, Eric Garcia and Emerson Royal for a net spend of €9 million. And now the Netherlands' talismanic figure up front, Memphis Depay, has signed with the Blaugrana, also on a free. But it looks like Barcelona are ready to get their checkbook out to sign one of the fastest growing names in football, Robin Gosens. The Atalanta fullback is currently tearing it up with the German national side, contributing a goal and assist in their shock 4-2 demolition of Portugal. That comes after a campaign where he scored 11 times and assisted 6 for L'Adea in Italy, making a mockery of his defensive duties. A relative unknown until joining Atalanta 4 seasons ago, he is quickly becoming one of the most coveted players around. It's been known that Barcelona have admired Gosens for a while, but according to Sport 1, they're ready to step up their interest with a concrete offer that could come close to his €35 million asking price. Sources close to the player though claim he would prefer a move to the Bundesliga, but the opportunity to join Barcelona will always be tempting no matter who you are. Quite where Barcelona plan to find all this money remains to be seen, but if they do, Atalanta are willing to sell, so fully expect to see Gosens off to Catalonia or beyond in the coming months. Now to Scotland, where an intriguing transfer battle could be brewing for Celtic star Ryan Christie. The 26-year-old has been at Parkhead for 6 years, having made the trip down from Inverness. And in that time, he's established himself as one of the hottest properties in the Scottish Premier League. In the past 3 seasons alone, he scored 38 times from midfield in all competitions. Christie's contract expires in January, and with no extension on the cards, they'll have to accept bids around £1 million for their start this summer. Luckily for them, there is no shortage of interest in his signature. Southampton and Burnley have both been credited with scouting Christie in recent months, and now the Daily Mail believe that Brendan Rodgers is keen on a reunion with his former player at Leicester City, but they could face a problem. The Scotsman claimed that Christie is tempted by life overseas, in particular in France. To make matters more interesting, both Nice and Monaco are said to have contacted his agent ahead of a potential move. Nice even bid €8 million for Christie last summer, but saw their advances rebuffed. This time, Celtic may think twice before sending them away. So this is a transfer saga that is well worth keeping an eye on. No final decision on his future is expected until after the Euros. But with the rain continuing to fall in Britain, who can blame him if he decides to make the Côte d'Azur his home next? It's official, Manchester City have bid for Harry Kane. We all knew it was coming, and sure enough, £100 million is the offer on the table. Not only that, City have presented the chance to include some of their players in the deal as a way to entice Tottenham into negotiations. But surprise surprise, Fabrizio Romano claims Daniel Levy has no intention of selling his prize assets, and there certainly won't be any talks until the Euros are over. So the bid in itself isn't that intriguing, but what has captured people's attentions are the names that could be used as bargaining chips by the Sky Blues. Romano stated that Aymeric Laporte, Gabriel Jesus and even Raheem Sterling are listed should Spurs be tempted. But how plausible are these claims? While all three undoubtedly want more game time after falling down the pecking order at the Etihad, there are no guarantees they'll accept joining a managerless side who are set to compete in the Europa Conference League. And Sterling in particular would push the Lily White's wage structure to its very limits. Still, this feels like just the beginning of big summer talks. Harry Kane wants to go, and City have made it clear they're ready to do business. It just remains to be seen who, if any of Guardiola's squad, Spurs might entertain a return. But what do you think of their opening bid? Who do you think the North Londoners should ask for in return? Let us know in the comments. So that's it for another week of Euro Transfer Talk. What do you make of our stories? Can you see any of these happening? Let us know down in the comments below. Make sure you're liked and subscribed to Euro Football Daily, and we'll see you next time.